What's up? It's Jack back again, and once again, Super Saiyan Simps are on the loose. They need to be stopped. And let's get right into the story. What to do when my wife is out of control with emotion? My wife is unstable and redirects her anger to me all the time, and she doesn't even realize she's doing it. Yes, she does. You're enabling it. I saw a thread on Reddit arguing about squatters' rights, and I asked her what she thought about it. Her response was a screaming attack of, I don't care. Why would you ask me about something that doesn't matter to me? Can't you see how bad things are for me? The whole weekend is ruined because of you. Okay? And you sat there and you took that. Yes, dear. No, dear. Oh, please stop hitting me. Please stop. I always laugh when dudes get like bold in their weakness. Please stop hitting me or I'm going to tell you to stop again. Okay. I want to say, this is just one of many examples. Sometimes I feel like living my life as the brief window of happy moments in between her rages. And why are you putting up with that? If your life is so sad, you live in the brief moment. Listen to what this man said. He live in the brief moments of happiness in between her rages. So he's hiding out. This is the picture I get. He's hiding. And he's like enjoying a morsel of food, and she's like coming up behind him. Are you happy? That's not allowed. That's the picture I get. Like I'm just waiting for the next thing to get in the way. Now, I know she's not really angry at me. She's stressed with work, and I get that. No, that's your enabling again. Everybody has to work. Everybody has to do things on a daily basis they don't want to do. It's your girlfriend that's choosing to take it out on you, and you who are accepting it. But of course, I can't ever say that to her. Why not? Because you don't have the cojones. Say it. I can't ever say that to her. She genuinely believes that she's angry at me and I'm the cause of the problem because you have allowed yourself to be the punching bag. So I just sit there and take it until she eventually calms down. And when I said the part about the cojones, that shows that they belong in her lockbox. Because you just sit there and take it. And this is what I mean, y'all. Men have to be men. And it's crazy to me that a man will do that. But if a woman was to do that, we would say, you're in an abusive relationship. You need to get out. You need to go to a shelter. You need to call the police. But when a man does it, I honestly do think a man should be shamed. Because men, how do you get stronger after being coddled? How do you come along and, oh, there, it's going to be okay. To somebody who's already weak, what does that encourage? Real men have to get around weak men and teach weak men how to be strong men. And we do that by instituting a level of shame. When I was on a wrestling team, when you did a move absolutely wrong, when you drilled it over and over, the whole team would shame you. And it will make you be like, dang, I don't want to mess up like that again. You need that. I don't care what society says, you need that. But I'm at the point in my life right now where I'm starting to ask myself, why do I put up with this? How long did that take? Of course I love her, and I'll support her if she makes mistakes. But this constant crashing and using me as a punching bag is beyond a mistake. I also get incredibly upset, but I never yell at all. In fact, when I said I don't raise my voice to her, she thinks I did. I want to record us both next time so she can hear my response and hear hers later. That's not going to work. The reason why is because when you already allowed yourself to be a punching bag for so long, nobody gives a crap. She's not going to look at herself and say, oh man, you really had a point last time. No. But of course, that won't go down well either. Once again, because I'll be seen as a bad guy. You are correct in that. In the end, I'm enabling her by apologizing. I know it's not me, but there's no reasoning with her. And just ending the tantrum. Why are you still in this relationship? You're too weak to leave. You think less of yourself than you should. You have no self-respect. You have to have a sense of self-respect and pride to say, no, I'm not dealing with that. To add some other examples, okay, this is where I be getting mad at men, because I talk to men and I mentor men all the time, and they will sit and cry to you about what everybody else is doing, but they won't come up with solutions about what they can do to stop this bad behavior. She did this, and then she did that, and then she did this, and then yesterday she did that. Okay, what you gonna do, sit here and cry? How long you gonna cry, dude? How long are you gonna cry? Because here's the reality of the world. No one cares. People care for entertainment. They'll listen to you. But the reality is this, especially for men, no one cares. Are you going to stand up, step up, and be the man you're supposed to be or not? It's that simple. And if you're not going to, then don't complain. I've told her to get help if she can't control her feelings, but she refuses and still thinks she's justified. I wonder where that attitude came from. Oh, my fault. I forgot to read the last example. Let's say we're swimming in the pool and I splash her with the water once. She'll feel annoyed and she wants to retaliate. So far, fine. But instead of thinking, okay, I get to splash once, she thinks, I get to splash her as many times as I need to feel better. That's typical, like, I hate to say it, but that's typical women thinking right there. It's up to you as a man to say, no. Okay, you can't, we already settled that argument. You don't get to bring it up 1,000 times. Y'all know women do this. That's not a secret. I'm not saying that like all women are evil. This is just, women are more emotional creatures. So therefore, when it comes to arguing, they will go back to their emotions. So you have to be the one to say, nah, we dealt with that already. No, that's not right. No, we're not going to discuss this anymore. This issue is done. Obviously, you want to be reasonable about that. And if your partner has a real concern, part of having wisdom is saying, okay, this is a real concern. This is not. This is something we need to deal with right now. This is not. And that's part of being a man. Something you're going to learn throughout the rest of your life. But letting her do that, as knowing that she views things that way, you got to deal with people like that throughout your whole life. So you're better off getting over it now. This is a silly example I think illustrates the process in her mind. Yes. How do you reason with somebody about their emotional behaviors when you know that the conversation will trigger emotional behaviors that prevent them from listening to your feedback on the first place? I've asked my friends multiple responses, and multiple responses were basically that this is just marriage or standard emotional woman. But I refuse to believe that. No, it's not. It's a standard emotional woman for a weak man. A weak man will put up with this. A strong man won't. And if you want to be strong, the first step is stop putting up with it. I've never just packed up and walked out, but I seriously want to. Then what's stopping you? Do it. But if I do that, I'm not a supporting husband. Listen, dude. You can still be married and still work things out and put up an ultimatum. If my wife was abusing me or constantly doing dumb things, maybe say it's not even at me. Say she was just breaking dishes every day on purpose when she got angry. And it wasn't towards me, but she was breaking property. I would say, you know what? I'm going to separate from you. We're going to go to my church. We're going to get some counseling. But until you get this anger problem figured out, I'm not moving back in the house for my own safety and for your safety. Because if you throw one of the dishes at me, something might happen. So that I can prevent that, I'm moving out. And if you want me back, you will take the necessary steps. That's how a good husband deals with that. And then you go to your people in the church, and then guess what? The church also does. Accountability partners, where she's not just in there floating off by herself. She has women that got common sense around her to say, what are you doing? You really think acting like that is beneficial? You got to have women around her to tell her that. Not women to say, it's okay, I understand your feelings. No. You got to have women, it's preferably older women that have been married, that can come over and say, you are acting like a complete child and you need to stop. And then if it doesn't stop, then take the necessary next steps. Church discipline, things like that. But church is definitely necessary in these situations. If you don't, okay. In fact, I get blamed again and told that I would just walk away like I gave up or didn't respect her needs. What do I do? So, throughout the video, I told this man what he needed to do. I doubt he'll do it, because when you get to this level of letting somebody treat you that way, you become comfortable with it, believe it or not. You start to think in your head that you are worth your treatment. And until you make up the mindset that you want to be a man and that you want to be strong and that you're going to stand up and not be bullied by anybody, you're going to continue to do it. Some people wait till they snap, and then you get killers and things like that. That's not the way you should go. You should make the point that I'm going to stop this today. Separate myself from it. Get around men who are stronger than me that can teach me the right way. That's the first step.